Trump is being trolled now for going full North Korea with these banners of his face. He had one on the Department of Agriculture. Now he's unveiled a scowling face at the Department of Labor. These are huge, massive banners that he's unveiling at these different, I guess each department's going to get one eventually. It's interesting that he started with agriculture, has moved his way to labor, and these scowling faces. It's unbelievable.
It really is. And look, we did see this in Iraq with Saddam Hussein. His face was everywhere. North Korea, obviously, they do that constantly. And here Trump is, an administration that was supposed to be saving us all kinds of money, no more wasteful spending. These banners have already cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we're just blowing money left and right to put Trump's big dumb face in these buildings. And there was actually a very hilarious photo. I think it's real. I mean, who knows anymore, but it actually showed from the inside of the building. All you see are Trump's eyes looking in because the banners are somewhat transparent. So it's really creeping out the people at the Department of Labor. But this is the level we have hit. We're at full North Korea. The next thing is we're going to have a big printout of Donald Trump's portrait driving around on a tank through D.C. so you don't forget. Big Brother is watching, is what's going on here. And it's not only wasteful, it's creepy, but it's also dangerous. This man wants to be one of those dictators. He wants to be a Putin or a Kim Jong-un so bad that he can taste it at this point.
Well, and his new nemesis, Gavin Newsom, is not losing this opportunity to point out the comparisons. I mean, Gavin Newsom's up in the polling since he's talked about we're doing redistricting to counteract the redistricting that's going to happen in Texas. I saw Missouri is fixing to do some redistricting. The governor has called them back. But Gavin posted, "Thank you, glorious leader," and posted the juxtaposition of the North Korean banner and Trump's banner. And Trump responded with how close he was to the North Korean leader, and that they talked about things they probably shouldn't, which was very odd thing to say the least. He does have this fascination with strongmen, with dictators, and the giant, 40-foot banners of his face are in line with that. It would be funny if it wasn't a bigger concern of this is what this man wants to be more than anything.
Yeah. And look, Gavin Newsom right now, I think is fighting back in the best way possible. Acting like Trump, showing everybody, basically holding the mirror up to this administration and showing them this is what you look like. This is what you're doing. I'm not doing this to imitate you, and try to gain an audience that way. I'm doing it to show you and the world how ridiculous you are. And it took a while. I mean, the folks on Fox News didn't quite get it at first. I mean, I had done segments on it, using their quotes and their footage. They didn't even get that Newsom was mocking Trump. For the first week of it, they still couldn't get it through their heads. And now they have, and as you pointed out, Newsom is now the #1 pick for Democrats in 2028. I mean, he's now beating J.D. Vance in head-to-head matchups for 2028. He's almost secured the nomination just from, honestly, fighting a little dirty. Something the Democrats don't like to do, but sometimes you absolutely do have to do it. I mean, I've been waiting to see this, for the whole 21 years I've been covering politics. So it is nice to see. And I hope he keeps it up because what he's doing is absolutely working.
Well, and I think that's what the voters want more than anything. I mean, how many times have we talked on this show that, people feel helpless as they see these things and the administration is just steamrolling and members of Congress are jumping along and not fighting them as hard as the people want this to be fought. I mean, we're losing the country in a lot of ways. When you're talking about giant posters and him talking about being a dictator and potentially running for a third term against the Constitution, and there are ways to do it. People want this. People don't want the high-minded idealism. They want a knife fight, and Gavin Newsom seems to be willing to do that now.
Well, and contrast that, Hakeem Jeffries came out this week. He's the House Minority Leader, and he said something to the effect of, we wish Donald Trump will kind of tone it down a little bit because we think we could find some common ground if he would just be willing to work with us. No, that's not a good response. That's not a leader talking there. You need somebody that's going to go and, metaphorically punch Donald Trump in the face. Hakeem Jeffries isn't going to do it. Gavin Newsom did it.
Well, the age of appeasement has failed.
Yes.
If we have learned nothing over the last 6 months, is that you cannot appease this man. The people who stand up to him win because Taco, he's going to chicken out. The countries that have stood up to him have come out ahead versus the countries that have acquiesced to him have not. China has not cowed to him, and they're winning. But the countries that have made these terrible arrangements for themselves in a desperate plea, because we're all trying to navigate this administration, which is unlike anything we've ever seen, they're the ones who have suffered.